Okay. I apologize to everybody if you missed anything. My power's fluctuating a little bit because of a storm that just came in.
It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! But real.
I basically just knocked that guy out instantly.
Jedi losing, is it you? You have to do better than that to impress us, stranger. Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eye in this corner. One of the greats, a man so tough, even a disfiguring injury couldn't end his career. I give you Gerlon Two Fingers. And in the other corner, a relative newcomer to the Taris dueling scene, emerging from the shadows with no history, no past, and no name. The mysterious stranger! It's over! The fight is over! The mysterious stranger has won! Gerlon losing to a rookie. Is this a sign that his injuries have finally caught up with him? Or is the mysterious stranger for real? Only time will tell. Ladies and gentlemen, draw your eyes to the center ring. We have a very special presentation in store for you. Over in this corner, a woman with steel on her bones and ice water in her veins. She's cold and quick as death itself. You know her. You love her. Ice. And in the other corner, a rising star taking that first step into the big leagues. I give you the mysterious stranger.
The announcer was very clearly having fun with this. I can beat her. She was just a hair away from the health threshold.
You beat me fair and square, stranger. But if I still had the use of my fingers, you would...
What do you want? Oh, let me guess. You beat me in the dueling ring, and now you're gonna rub it in... Gee, I wonder why. Couldn't have anything to do with being the worst duel. Look, is that what you... Oh.
Lady, over in this corner. A woman with steel on her bones and ice water in her veins. She's cold and quick as deathhand and...
Oh, wow. She hit me too hard. I guess I'm not ready to deal with her quite yet.
I'm not here to chat. I just finished a long shift at the military base, and now I'm just...
This cantina isn't the fanciest joint I've ever been in, but it's a good place to unwind after a hard shift at the military.
Where did you get those clothes? Attract.
Careful what you say. I get the feeling this spoiled brat can cause us more trouble.
Why is the help here so incompetent? One word from Daddy, and I could get you fired. That's better.
And here are your drinks, Miss Lavin. I apologize.
What do you want, Pebbles? You're bugging. Oh, you're bugging. Oh, mine.
No hard feelings, my good man, but I can't really talk with you right now. It's difficult enough, surely.
Pendak Star Killer. Alright, let's go heal and then we'll deal with Holden. So, Taris is a world with a lot of different weird, interesting side quests. Some of them are really useful, some of them are really wasted. A lot of it just depends on what you do with it.
Welcome back. It looks...
Thank you. Karth, goddamn it. Alright. So we basically searched that whole area and
You
didn't
ever seen
find
a
Holden.
swoop bike? I've seen them at the races sometimes. They go fast and make lots of noise.
I'm trying to open up my map more, because you'll notice this little wireframe covers it up. So let's head to those apartments and see if we can't deal with the Sith there. Because breaking open apartment doors is what you do in an RPG.
Yes, what's on your mind? You got it.
Please. Here. I've got... You mean... I don't think anyone can help me. I owe Davik... I've been hiding... You'd give... Wow. Now I can...
You can pay off Davik, and I can rob your house. He only had 2 credits to him. Credits.
Hey, you made it. I was beginning to wonder if you were going to show. You have to try this Tarisian ale.
Careful, Sana. That wine's got quite the kick.
Who cares?
Free Sith armor after the Sith drank themselves into a stupor. How's that for hilarious? Oh my god. I love how I'm just failing to bash a door for any damage. Don't you just love RNG? Damn, that was a big one. Again, I apologize if the stream goes out. If it does, then I'll save it and stop here for the day. And I'll just upload this when I get the chance. Thanks for your stuff. The way this map reveals itself is kind of stupid.
What is this planet coming to, huh? Slummies just walking around the upper city.
Shouldn't you know what the lore says you belong, Slummy?
Oh, this is rich.
Yeah, like he said, these streets are for upper city citizens. You better get out of the way if you know what's good for you.
You guys are dressed like a bunch of fucking hobos.
Come on, fellas. This Slummy ain't worth the bother.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
Bunch of drunk idiots.
and fellow humans. I bring you a warning. My name is Gordon Coley. Will you join my cause? We must band together if we are to stop the spread of vermin and scum throughout Taris. I am speaking of the hideous-looking aliens who walk the world of Taris. The Wookiees and Ithorians and Rhodians and Bith, all of them. Listen, friend, for these are dark times. That is why you are like all the...
Come on, we should keep moving. Kook or no, people like him can make trouble for us.
This elevator is off limit. It's obvious. If you were supposed to have them, you'd know where to get them. Now quit wasting my time and move along. I'm not here to...
I'll be right back, folks. I need to look at something. I apologize to everybody for that brief interruption. I heard a whole bunch of banging on my roof. There is a very severe thunderstorm going on outside, and apparently it's a little bit haily. It's not severe and the hail is stopping, but... yeah.
Listen to me, people. In our planet, heed my warning before it is too late.
Kin kun shi kakachin awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun para mona rangi. Chingpala niska mule tun rata digin podranko. The searcha dom with timem bon rank thong. Mule ra on shaturing ni patoga wanga chonzi tse. Ika krotu hakujije. Kipuna, bona na kichu. Kin ba mule ra dwana. Dong kin ba no kudnok nek. Kava numpa kumpialia monokata. Ranga kun bis kin no moruat. Kakin chanak wana pakon.
You'd think people would be a little more tolerant of others in this day and age. I guess stupidity and ignorance will never go out of style.
Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watu yama kama wana henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami no nok. China pala mule. Dong ki ba non tontek. Tuni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Kin kun shi kakachin awana wamata. Nishi la chorga kin kun para mona reji. Kuyami jvuk chikchita na patokta. Yafulke gogala jiji. Kawana bora. Kakin cha na kwat. Bona na kachu. Ki mucho shakapaka. Ye ki kon no ba mula draki chichon. Tangabun shan. Tanga boksha Kavadumpa kapalia monapata. Bona na kachu. Yin kin kun no ba mule rachi kun. Tong na bun shanuyang. China pala mule. Tong ki ba non tontek. Tuni chachon kun ne mule brabast. Tanga boksha nak nong. Kin kun shin kin. Ni kin kun na bule mule raji kun. Chuni yun ni jiji aldwana. Kava volpa muli kumana. Hachu apanki. Jishawa anibon kasha. Chona si ichua byongbo joni. Mina mambato mule ra. Hakugri kat gota la parabola. Kakin cha na kwat na bon kon. Wana kumbes. Chi pala mulek. Tongki ba na nonek. China pala mule. Tongki ba no. Kipuna. Bona na kichu. Kin ba mule ra dwana. Tong kin ba no kudnok nek. Kava numpa kumpialia monokata. Ranga kun bis kin no moru. Bajoni yo love wish. Dopayumas passing lapti mongoto. Genchopa chawi tikchok twis yun kun. Watu yama kama wana henak nek. Bugra shak kunti chiwa chawa. Dong abuk shami no nok. Kipuna na bon sha. Kava dumpa kupaliaya mokarpata. Tangabun shan na. Tanga.
You can try to buy that T8 off of her. It breaks down right after you buy it. And you can kind of force her to give you a refund. Really hope this storm doesn't fuck up my stream.
evil walks among us. The enemy is here.
Another patrol heading down to the lower city, eh? Well, good luck. I've heard it's pretty rough down there. There's a big swoop gang war going on, you know. You better watch yourself. Those gangs will take a shot at anyone, even us. It's too bad we don't have the manpower just to sweep those slums clean.
Tumpa kunpa yiya mokapata. Nanay kachu. Yingin kuno bamulirachi kun. Tong na punshan yunyan. Kapapul pamulchi kamana. Ichuta. Yun patisa. Imbanit kalora kun. Kipuna, Kavatumpa Kurpa Yiya Mokapata. Chiyoka Kutumpa Kurpa Yiya.
I'm not down here 2 minutes and I've already started a fight. Only I didn't start this one. Hell, that didn't take long.
How'd you like that?
Ready?
What?
I have way less HP than Karth does. Shit. That awkward moment where you get dropped like a sack of potatoes. Didn't think they'd kill me that fast. Shit.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jikona. Tong ipa nonku nek abog.
Greetings, stranger. My name is Gelruth. You don't have a deck? Well, we can't. He's looking.
away.
Jiska nichu, kimba muli radwanaji, kimba no kumixat abon, kakincha nawabakaon, dung abashun ni chunchi.
Kipuna! Kavatumpa kulpaliya mokapaata! Chiyoka kutumpa kulpaliya!
One.
Oscar, Jiska nichu, la hupa botenya lo gigi piti.
Kipuna! Kavatumpa kupalea mukapata! Chiyoka kutumpa kupelea!
2.
Kiyokaku, kimba muli radwanaji, kuyami juski chika nai, upa baska dwana chichopa muska, jiska da soki kupa bona na chachu.
Hudu! Rananu prata donko shirkasha! Jum apike!
3.
No! No! No!
Go away. 1. 2. Smart.
We'll kill him later.
Huh? What? Oh, sorry. I didn't see you there. My attention was kind of focused on the Twi'lek dancers. Look at them waggle those head tails. I don't normally go for these alien girls, but I've had some bad experiences with my own species lately. Maybe it's time for a change. Know what I mean? You're here about that? I guess Zax must have mentioned me to you at the bounty office. I can't let her get away with what she did. That wench tried to cut me with a vibro blade. Because she's crazy. She started screaming that I was making advances.
Yeah, right. Sounds to me like she was defending herself.
I admit I was drunk. Maybe I got a little fresh. But it was no big deal. She didn't have to cut me. Hey, you weren't there. She totally overreacted. What? I can't do that. Think how it would look. I work for Although I do feel a little guilty about all this. You're threatening me? If I let her... Don't worry.
I told you to leave me alone. So give me some space, Bug-Eye. Your breath smells like Bantha Poodoo.
Kuyami juski chika nai. Tang batoga smaktilia. Dabis yubong kuki pangpa. Tang wamaji human akun ikatune. Ubabatu konchi.
Just a sec, boys. Salbar, a little help here? I need you to rip the legs off some insects. Quit complaining. You can finish eating later. Besides, you need the exercise, so get over here. You got a problem with me? Then you got a problem with Big Z. So unless you want to take on my furry friend, I suggest you greenies hop on out of here. Say, I don't recognize you, and I know pretty much everyone in the lower city. You must be new down here. I guess that makes me and Big Z your official welcoming committee. It's not that strange. Most aliens can speak basic, they just prefer to use their own language. But I grew up here on Taris, so I just sort of got used to speaking the native tongue.
You showed a lot of guts dealing with those Vulkars, kid. You got a name?
My name's Mission Veo, and this big Wookiee is my best friend Zaldar. I'd offer to give you a tour, but the streets down here aren't safe. But if there's anything else you need... Well, you came to the right person. If you want info on Lower Taris, I'm the one to talk to. Davik, the Lower City gangs. I even got the scoop on that bounty hunter, Callow Nord. We just kind of fell in together. It ain't easy on your own here in the Lower City.
So we noticed. Still, you seem like an odd pair.
When I met up with Zalbar, it seemed like a pretty good match. I knew we could look out for each other. With my street smarts and his muscle, we make a great team. Davik's part of the Intergalactic Crime Syndicate, but I guess everyone knows that. But I hear he's got a new ship for his smuggling operations, the Ebon Hawk. I don't know much about space travel, but I hear that ship's fast enough to break the Sith blockade. Of course, this is all just secondhand rumor.
Where would he keep it, do you know?
If Davik does have a ship, he's got it locked up in his estate. Nobody gets in there, except the people working for Davik and the Exchange. There's only two gangs worth worrying about here in the Lower City. The Black Bulkers and the Hidden Becks. Sometimes Zalbar and I hang out at the Beck base. The Becks are led by Gadden Beck. He's a good guy. Lost his sight in a swoop bike accident a few years ago, but even blind, he's a great leader. Not like that traitor Brezhik. Before he took over the Volkers, he was a Hidden Beck. Gadden considered that ungrateful space slug his adopted son. Callow Nord's one of the most famous bounty hunters in the galaxy. He's killed more people than the Iridian Plague. I've seen him kill people just for trying to talk to him. He hangs around Zack's bounty office, but I don't think he's looking for work there. All the postings there are small time, way beneath a bounty hunter of his caliber. I figure Callow's been hired by Davik to do a special job for the Exchange. I'd wager 1,000 credits that as soon as the quarantine ends, he'll be getting off this rock. You going? Yeah, this dive is pretty boring. No action around here. Come on, Big Z, let's go. Can't you think about something besides your stomach for 5 minutes? Come on. We'll go see if there's anything good to eat at the Beck base.
My God. My stream is definitely getting screwed right now by this storm. That guy's interviewing Twi'leks to be strippers. Yes, he's a horrible person.
Uchua Penki, Tangi Tuamaji, Human Chaumas, Patoga Yakuli Kokala Gigi, Tinkuin Koka, Tanghit Wanaji, Smilia, Tinkuin Koka, Patoga Yakuli Kokala Gigi, Ki Mulira Kunkin, Tanghit Wama Aki, Topana Oto Bokasa, Pampa ki mulira kunkin Kimba no kun Ki mulira kunkin Kuba baska doana chichopa muska Kimba ni chalora kun Chachiska Topa na oto bokasa Kakinja na wabagaon
Fuck. Oh. I thought that was a graphical error for a second. I was like, what? There are black Vulkars scattered all over down here, by the way, and they will kind of force you into scrapping with them. A lot of them aren't really that durable.
You guys are behind with your payments. So you think just because you're in some gang, you don't have to give Davik his cut?
Kavatumpa kunpa yiya moka paata. Bonanay kachu. Runda di hotonga kun hunkabi. Wanna kun be.
Ah, so you want to play this the hard way? Okay.
Here's another character that'll be joining us.
Tony Pudu. Rana no prata don't no sercha. Ichua penki. Watana wamamulira. Kenchun jupashak. No bule muli raji. Jonitun. Turji chiwi itado. Bola una dichek. Balamuris limo wanga kun bisching.
I knew you boys would see reason. Now get out of here.
Too bad. I was looking forward to cracking some heads.
Maybe next time, Candaris. I better get this over to Davik. I'll call you if anyone else gets behind on their payments.
This is Candaris Ordo.
Those Vulkars are dumber than a Coruscant granite slug. They actually think being in that pathetic little gang of theirs makes them important. Gadon keeps his hidden Becks in line, but Brezhik's getting dreams of grandeur. If Davik's smart, he'll slap that young punk back down. I'm someone you don't want to get on the bad side of. And I'm not one for small talk. I don't have time to stick around here anyway. Davik's got me working on a special assignment.
You asked for this!
Doing the thing. Fuck it. Let's take a look at the Undercity apartments, unless I've already been here. I may have.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Donki pa nonku nek up kaku. Hinba muri.
Here's a bounty on your little green heads. I'm here to collect.
Just grunky to patslimo.
That's the plan.
Just promptly murders them.
Time to rumble! You asked for this!
So he's not going to take any damage for a little bit from Karth, but now that his shield's gone, he will. He's over here getting himself shot. Well, I guess I know he felt that. Unlocked implant level 2 and uncanny dodge level 1. I literally don't have any other gear. May as well give him that armor until I get something better.
How'd you like that?
Karth, do you have a demolition skill? No, you don't.
Yes?
Ooh, an armor reinforcement. That's good. Alright, what all did we pick up? We got another combat suit that we can immediately slap on him to give him some better protection. We got energy shields now, so I can use these to maybe not die. Maybe.
Sure.
Here. You asked for this.
Parts, med pack, credits. Got an adhesive grenade. That was useful. Ladies and gentlemen, the power of a good, well-placed frag grenade. I don't have a demolition skill, so the only way I can disarm those is by setting them off. Okay, brother left Tatooine to be a miner. Nice. Republic mod armor. Oh, jeez. Really? Oh, it's upgradable. And it is slightly better than the armor that I was wearing. Epic. That was worth it. That little story there had all the answers. And now we just get to sit here and watch as I try to bash a door open. Because I'm a lame ass. Selvin?
Stop right there, or I'll give you a blast. We'll go explore somewhere else. There's nothing interesting for you here. I gave you a chance to get... Now you'll see why...
She's an assassin on Taris.
You asked for this!
Ready? Yes. Ready?
Jesus.
You asked for this!
Ow! Damn. Damn! Why you hit so hard? Oh.
What? Uh-huh.
There went all my med packs fighting one crazed woman. For the best assassin on Taris, though, I admit, she wasn't really that tough. Damn! I'm gonna kick your pretty ass face! That's basically what happened. Alright, let's go talk to the hidden Becks. We kind of need to in order to progress the story anyway. I might need to head back to the upper city and buy some med packs. Oh yeah, those are the stun weapons.
Hey, you can... A lot of people want to go inside. Between the Sith conquest and the Valkyr gang war, Gadon has more enemies than he used to. We're being careful about who we let in now. Well, we do need all the help we can get. And you don't look like you're with the Vulkars or the Sith. Besides, it's not like you can do anything to harm Gadden in the heart of his own base. Not with Zerdra watching his back. Go in and speak to Gadden if you want. Just remember to be on your best behavior. The hidden Becks are watching you.
Yeah, you could try to bribe her to let you in. Her resistance to bribery is actually fairly high for somebody who's essentially a gangster. But the hidden Becks are actually not that bad of people. A lot of these guys are actually fairly decent as far as gangsters go. The Bidden Becks.
Hold it right there. Who are you? And what is your business with Gadden?
Calm down, Zerdra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadden. Brezhik and his Vulkars want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on sight, Zerdra? Like the Vulkars do? I will never let it come to that. Now step aside and let them pass.
As you wish. You can speak to Gadden if you want, but I've got my eye on you. You try anything and you'll be vaporized before you can say Vulkar spy.
You'll have to forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brejik and the Vulkars began this war against us, she's been a little overzealous in her security duties. The problems with the Sith haven't helped things. Zerdra seems to forget that I know how to look after myself. Now, how can I help you? The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the upper city about them as well. But you don't look like you're with the Sith.
They might be spies, Gadden. They might be working for the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door. No, I think this off-worlder has his own agenda. I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang. But it might cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book. The Vulkars stripped those pods clean within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found. A female Republic officer named Bastilla survived the crash. We Becks don't believe in intergalactic slavery, but the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner. Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
They still think Bastilla's just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brejik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her. I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brejik's game to take over the lower city. He's offered her up as the Vulkar's share of the prize in the annual swoop gang race. By putting up such a valuable prize, Brejik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller gangs. Their numbers will allow him to finally destroy me and my followers.
So how do you propose we go about rescuing Bastilla then? Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastilla is to somehow win the big season opener of the swoop race. I might be able to help you with this, if you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose. The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hidden Becks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back. Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. but I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Vale.
Mission? Gaddon, you can't be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the Undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulcar base, it's her. She and her Wookiee friend Zalbar are always looking to stir up a little excitement. They like to go exploring in the Undercity, despite the dangers. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity. But you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator. A simple disguise might have worked on the Upper City guard, but the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway. I like to be prepared. Eventually, the Sith are going to try to drive us out of the Undercity. Sith disguises might give my people the edge we need in a crucial battle. Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? I suggest you hurry. The swoop race is coming up, and we want you to have time to practice before the race.
So we gave up our Sith uniforms, so we can't fool the guy at the elevator, but they gave us something far more valuable in Sith security papers, which will fool him anyway. So Gaddon is blind, if you wonder why his eyes are fucked up like that. Why his eyes look really weird. He's actually blind, he can't see. There's an NPC earlier that made mention of that. But I'll go ahead and tell you just in case you missed it. In addition to him being blind, and he is actually trying to genuinely improve things for people down here in the Undercity who have really shitty lives and basically live in a poverty level existence and then some. So that's kind of why he's here. And Brejik, the leader of the Black Vulcar gang, was once one of his men. Brejik is now a traitor who has created his own gang, and he wants to try and rule the Undercity by force. Spoiler alert, he's probably not going to. I am going to head back up to the Upper City in order to buy some med packs. It is not advisable to go into this next area without med packs. Yeah, I've got enough credits for this, despite all the credits I've been frittering away to people in need. He's fighting a few others. What? Shit. Assholes. That was a lot of dudes. What? Another reason why it's not advisable to go without medkits, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, yeah, Twitch is really going to hell right now.
Yes, what's on... I guess I did say you could ask me questions later. Is this really necessary? Oh, well, it was an interrogation you wanted. Why didn't you say so? No, I was just joking. Though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest. Let me ask you something first, though. I've been going through the battle aboard the Endar Spire over and over in my head since we crashed. Some things just don't add up for me. Maybe you could tell me what happened, from your perspective.
Look at my fucking character's face!
True. Bastilla is as powerful as they say. She's the one who defeated Darth Revan, after all. I guess that no Jedi ability, no matter how powerful, makes up for being completely surprised and outmatched. We didn't choose that battle anyway. It got forced on us. Hell, I'm just as surprised that any of us are alive to talk about it. Come to think of it, it's more than a little surprising that you happen to be here, isn't it? I mean, just what is your position with the Republic fleet anyway? Well, that makes sense. Still, it seems a bit strange that someone who was a last-minute addition to the crew roster is one of the survivors. No? Well, maybe. Don't get me wrong, it just seems odd that someone Bastilla's party specifically requested to transfer aboard happens to survive. The Jedi requested numerous things from the people on board. And hell, they practically took over the ship as far as I could tell. Considering your connection to Bastilla and the Jedi, whether you know it or not, your presence here seems a little convenient. I'm probably wrong, and this is probably nothing. I mean, I have to expect the unexpected, just to be safe. It has nothing to do with you personally. I don't trust anyone, and I have my reasons. And no, I'm not going to discuss them, so can we just keep our mind on more important things? All right, all right. You're pretty damn tenacious. You know that? We'll talk about it, but later. Right now, I just want to get going.
Good. Maybe I can stop bleeding all over the floor long enough to interrogate you later.
Welcome back. It was... Welcome back.
Spank you.
Of course.
Alright.
This elevator is off limits. It's obvious. Well, why didn't you say so? Everything seems to be in order. Okay, I guess you can go down to the lower city. Just be careful down there. Those swoop gangs will...
Indeed. Alright, I bought 8 med packs. That should be enough to get started.
Hold on there, civilian. Only those with official set. Unless you've got the proper security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came. Let me see. Yeah, these look to be in order. Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rackhools, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
Lovely.
You there, Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
I don't believe this planet. Even the beggars are trying to shake us down.
5 credits. That's what it costs to use our elevator. 5 credits. We are the outcasts, banished and reviled by...
Here in the filth and darkness, we claw out a wretched existence, scavenging and begging just to survive long enough to see another wretched day.
This is our village. We live here in the Undercity. Please have pity. Credits, my brother! We have credits. Now we can buy food and medicine.
Hush, or the others will hear us. They'll want our credits. We have to hide them.
Go on, you two. Get out of here. I'm sorry about that. Those 2 beggars give...
I'm sure you are, miss. It's just too bad your little welcoming committee is here to give people a bad first impression.
My name is Shalina. You're from the Upworld, aren't you? I've never seen it. I was born here in the Undercity. Is it as nice as they say up there? I've never been to the surface, but sometimes I think I can see it in my dreams. The sun, the sky. Gendar, the leader of our village, tells me I should spend more time trying to improve things down here and less time dreaming about something I can never have. Maybe he's right. You probably think I'm a fool, having dreams of a place I've never even seen. But when I was little, Rukil used to tell me stories of what it was like up there. Rukil's the oldest man in the village. The kids call him Rukil Wrinkleskin, but he's a kind man. He used to tell me the greatest stories when I was a little girl. I still like to listen to his tales about the Promised Land. Even
Sorry,
though
folks.
I know they're just
My
legends,
back needed
but
popping.
It helps to make the Undercity seem less dark somehow. It's just a story to make little children smile. Rukil believes in it, though. Sometimes I can almost believe it myself, but then I look around and see the ugly truth. I guess we have to make the best of what we have, though. If you really want to learn more about the Promised Land, you should speak to Rukia. He's wandering around somewhere on the south side of the village. He doesn't move too far. He's hard on his bones. He's over 100 years old. The children laugh at him, and people think he's crazy because of his stories about the Promised Land, but he's really just a kind old man. He'll be somewhere in the village. I couldn't say where for sure. I don't know anything about that, but maybe Genda... There were quite a few people from the surface marching through the village, but none of them bothered to talk to me. Gendar might know more about them. Oh.
Very well.
Hurry, Hindar! Hurry! I can hear it coming!
He'll never make it. He's doomed. I told him he was a fool to leave the village.
He will make it. Run, Hindar, run!
Open the gate! Quickly! There isn't much time! I can't! The Rakghouls are too close!
The mutants will kill him if you don't open the gate!
And if I open the gate, they'll kill us all!
No! You can't do this! It isn't fair! Please, make him open the gate. Hindar will die if he doesn't.
I can't open the gate. Not while the Rakghouls are so near. You'd risk your life for a stranger? You're brave, Upworlder. I'll open the gate for you, but you gotta be quick. In a few seconds, I must close and lock it again.
You could have also just opened it and let him come through and lock the fucking monster out.
Here!
He's alive!
I can't thank you enough for saving me, Upworlder. If I had anything but...
I still have you, Hindar.
Thank you for saving Hindar. You are braver than I, Upworlder. Maybe we outcasts have lived too long in selfish fear. Perhaps we can learn a lesson from your brave actions. But enough of my ramblings. Is there something you need, Upworlder? Goodbye.
Hey, you ain't from the village.
Watch yourself. There's something slimy about this guy. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him.
My name's Saigir. It ain't the...
Aegir is a very stupid individual. He's kind of the definition of a greedy douchebag, largely because of his state of existence. Like, he's kind of just lived and been stuck in that forever. Doesn't really know how else to live. Sell those spare pocket blasters. I'm going to keep the combat suit for now. It's not worth that many credits, but I can show you guys what he has to offer. He has an Arcanian heavy pistol, which is pretty powerful for a hand blaster. He has frag grenades. In fact, I think I'll buy one. He's got a scope, a vibration cell. He's got a couple of Pazak cards. There's really no reason to ever buy these. Unless you want to play Pazak, which you really don't have to. He's got a scope, which is nice.
Hey there, Upworlder.
Excuse me. I don't want to see what you have in your inventory because I just wanted to leave. Hello, Gundar.
Greetings, Upworlder. We rarely see your kind here in the Undercity. I find it strange that so many of you have come down from the surface recently.
No offense, but I can see why people commonly avoid this place.
Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can. We are the outcasts, shunned from the surface for our crimes and banished here to the Undercity. We've banded together to form this village that we might survive in this hostile environment. I am Gendar, leader of this village, as my father was and as was his father before him. Many of us have been here for generations, our ancestors cast down long ago. There is no return to the surface for us or our descendants, but somehow we managed to survive amidst the filth and roaming bands of deadly rat ghouls. Life down here can be difficult. It can break the spirit. Many in the village have become bitter and hopeless, especially those newly cast down. But life goes on, and we must try to make the best of what we have. And maybe someday we will find a better life. Listen to me. I'm starting to sound like Rukil. The oldest man in the village. He's a kind soul, but I'm afraid he's growing weary of this world. He dreams of escaping, of finding a better world. If you wish to speak to him, you can probably find him wandering about the village. As I said, a kind man, though he does cling to his illusions.
Oh. I take it that person just tried to solicit information.
The rat ghouls are monsters, hideous mutations who feast on the flesh of our villagers. Their diseased jaws can infect those they attack, transforming the victim into one of those abominations. We know of no cure for the disease, and for the good of the village, we must banish any who become infected, lest they transform and turn on us. As you wish, Upworlder.
You come from the world above. Is this the time of destiny, then? Is this a portent? Are you the herald of prophecy?
Be careful. This one might be crazy enough to be dangerous.
Speak to me, Upworlder. Tell me what fate you and... Question. You are uncertain, bewildered, perplexed. Understandable, I suppose. Even after 100 years of life, I myself still become confused at times. Perhaps I can make things more clear. Some things, at least. My name is Rukil, the oldest outcast here in the village. Rukil Wrinkleskin, the children call me sometimes. Once, I was honored for my wisdom. But over time, villagers fell away from the true path. Eventually, there was only a single apprentice who followed me. And now she's gone too. No, not yet. I must be wary. Careful. You may be a false savior. Dare I share my secrets with you? No. Not until you prove yourself. My apprentice is lost. I sent her out into the Undercity to find... Well, I cannot tell you. Not yet. Sadly, my apprentice has not returned. Please, Upworlder, will you help an old man Will you seek out my apprentice in the Undercity? Her name is Malia. I must know of her fate, whatever it may be. I must know what she found. Finding her may be difficult. Malia could be anywhere in the Undercity. But if you will find her, I will know you to be our true savior. Only then can I reveal my secret knowledge to you. I wish you luck, Upworlder. Come speak to me again once you have discovered the fate of my apprentice.
All right.
Wait, Upworlder. The villagers infected with the Rutgall disease are quarantined beyond this gate. It's only a matter of time until they transform into horrible creatures that would destroy us all.
So you just lock them away in a cage?
For the sake of the village, we have to keep the infected ones locked away. And when they finally do transform into Rutgalls, we'll let them destroy each other. Nothing can be done for the infected villagers. Even the serum to counteract the Rutgall disease wouldn't be any use now. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into Rutgalls and attack them at any moment. I can't stop you from going through the gates, Upworlder, but if the infected ones have already transformed into Rutgalls, you'll be walking into your grave.
Please, help us. We're infected with the Rutgall disease. At any moment we could... No! This cannot be... No!
Oh boy.
Back again? Is there some...
Ah. That's a quick way to get yourself a little bit of experience. You might want to be careful though, because you can end up with more problems later if you misuse the serums that you find. Rutgalls. We should talk about Rutgalls.
Please, you have to help me. Nobody else is gonna help me. Even the Becks won't help me. But I can't just leave him there. He's my friend. You'll help me, won't you? It's Zalbar. He's in trouble. Big trouble. We have to help him. If we don't, they'll sell him into slavery. Me and Zalbar, we were just wandering around here in the Undercity. You know, looking for stuff we could find, just kind of exploring. We do it all the time.
I guess with a Wookiee at your side, you've got to figure you can handle the odd Rutgall attack.
Only this time, they were waiting for us. Gamorrean slave hunters. We didn't even have a chance to run. Big Z threw himself at him and then roared for me to run. I took off. I figured Zalbar would be right behind me. But there were too many of them. He couldn't get away. They're going to sell him to a slaver, I just know it. I don't know for sure, but those Gamorreans like to hang out in the sewers. The stink reminds them of home, I guess. That's probably where they took Big Z. It's a deal. As soon as we get Big Z back, I'll show you a way into that Vulcar base. Now come on! We have to find Zalba before they sell him to slavers, or worse.
Do you know where he's being kept?
Okay, okay. Easy mission. Chill out, girl.
Yeah?
Let's level you up. she starts out with a blaster pistol. You'll notice her alignment pretty heavily leans on light, so does Karth's. What does she have for feats? Okay, so she wants to be a sharpshooter. She's got light armor proficiency. She's got high levels of sneak attack and dueling. Okay, so she definitely wants blaster pistols.
Yes?
She's also got a lot of useful skills. The only thing she's bad at is computer use.
You there, civilian. This is a restricted area. What are you doing down here? Security papers. Oh, you're one of those trackers the commander sent down, right? I should have given you an armed escort. It's nasty down here. We've already lost one patrol. We figure the Rak ghouls got them. We've had so many encounters with those things, we've actually run out of Rak ghoul serum. Plus, we've had several skirmishes with looters from those lower city swoop gangs. I'm telling you, we should just stay in the upper city where we're in control. Was that why you're down here? Search and rescue? I didn't think they'd send anyone. They were in the southern section of the Undercity when we lost contact. I would have gone to investigate, but my orders are to search for those crashed escape pods, even if it means leaving another patrol to die. Hey, I'd never disobey my orders. I'm not a fan of court-martials and executions. I was just talking, you know. Nothing anyone has to mention to the commander. Come on, patrol, let's get back to it. The sooner we get this search done, the sooner we can get out of this mutant-infested hole. Move out.
So these guys are actually kind of wandering down around here. We can actually follow them and technically count them as allies now because we've tricked them into thinking that we are a Sith Patrol aid from their tracking teams. I believe he's going to pick a fight. Oh, nope, I forgot. He actually vanishes. I haven't seen that sequence in a very long time. I thought he wandered around down here and then inevitably gets into fights and dies. Seems I had misjudged that situation. What? Oh, that's the lower sewers. I do want to go in there, just not yet. So, rat ghouls. What are rat ghouls? Oh, hi, Ordo. Every time I think I have a chance to talk.
Don't move. I'm not afraid to use this blaster if I have to.
Settle down, kid. We've already lost enough men to those damn rat ghouls. The last thing we need now is more casualties from a needless firefight. By the looks of you, I'd say you're down here for the same reason we are. To salvage something from those downed Republic space pods. Let me give you some advice. Forget about it. Do yourself a favor and just head back from where you came. Mandalorians don't make threats. We make promises. But I'm just trying to give you a friendly warning. This isn't a good place to stand around chatting. The Undercity is crawling with rat ghouls. I've already lost a half a dozen men to those monsters.
Taris, I heard something. Over there, in the shadows. Sounded like a rat ghoul.
Looks like we've got company. Get those blasters ready, boys.
Okay, instead we'll be getting assistance from our good friend Ordo. These little bastards hit pretty hard, so you really want to be careful engaging them. Hey, I leveled up again.
I told Davik this salvage mission was a bad idea. His men aren't trained for this kind of thing, and I can't babysit them all. Okay, boys. We're getting out of here before I lose anyone else. I can't carry all this salvage back by myself. You'd be smart to get out of here as well. Even if you can handle the rat ghouls, I doubt there's anything worth finding anymore. Davik sent me down here with this motley crew to scavenge whatever we could from the Republic escape pods that crashed during the recent battle overhead. But the lower city gangs got here first. Anything worthwhile in those Republic pods is probably in their hands by now. Davik won't like that. This isn't really the best place to have these kinds of conversations, but I guess I could spare a couple of seconds for you. After all, you did help us out with those rat ghouls. The lower city is overrun with gangs, but the two most important ones are the hidden Becks and the Black Vulkars. Used to be the Becks were the big dog and kept the others in line, but lately the Black Vulkars are moving in on Beck turf and challenging them for control. The Vulkars are even starting to defy Davik. Take these escape pods, for example. Everyone knew Davik would want first crack at them, but I know for a fact those damn Vulkars have already sent their own salvage party down here. What are you, an off-worlder? Everyone knows Davik. He's a member of the Exchange. Smuggling, gambling, extortion. Davik controls it all here on Taris. That's why I'm working for him. But lately, the lower city gangs have been giving my boss some trouble. Come on, boys, let's move out.
So what the rat ghouls are, in a way they're kind of like infested Terrans from StarCraft would be a way to put it. I wouldn't argue that's the best way to put it, but it's pretty close, because what a rat ghoul is there's a particular kind of virus that infects you in certain worlds. Taris is one of them. Getting infected by this virus is a horrible, horrible, horrible thing.
Sure.
Because it typically means your ass is about to mutate into a horrible monster. The virus doesn't usually kill. Normally what it does to you is it mutates you into some kind of creature. And this creature is what is known as a rat ghoul. Your body is transmogrified, you lose your mind to instinctual rampaging urges of violence, and you basically... Well, I killed one of them with it. And basically what you do is you try to spread that virus. Becoming a rat ghoul is perhaps one of the worst fates imaginable. In fact, unfortunately, there is a book, if I recall correctly, about something that on Star Wars, where a Republic clone trooper defies Order 66 and joins the rebellion, and inevitably he ends up transforming into a rat ghoul at the end of his story, as he's infected with a virus and he can't get rid of the virus in his system, so he gets infected, mutates, and becomes a monster, and I believe somebody kills him, but I don't actually know. It's a book I haven't read, and this is conjecture from a YouTube short, so I could be misremembering, but getting infected with the rat ghoul infestation is a horrible, horrible fate. It makes you ill, it makes your body slowly transform into something inhuman, or in Gamorrean, in Twi'lecian, you know, you become something you're not. You become a fucking monster, and it's disturbing. But now that we have mission, we have good demolition skill. If we wanted to wait for those rewards, we could have worked our way down here eventually, and then gotten what we needed.
Help me, please. I can feel it inside my skin. Something growing, like some kind of hideous disease. No! No! I can feel it! Ah!
Yeah, he's dead. That's what being infected with that disease is.
Damn. Sick.
Yeah?
Come on. I'm waiting.
What?
How'd you like that?
See why it's not a smart idea to come down here without medkits? These things hurt. Ladies and gentlemen, tactically controlling the battlefield by manipulating how many enemies you're fighting at once is a brilliant thing to do. Cost me the last of my grenades, though. All I've got now is an ion grenade. That's not useful except against synthetics. Rat ghoul serum. Now we have the Rakghoul serum. We have to decide what to do with it. Because there's a couple of infected people that we could save if we used it now, but...
Hey there. Really? You want to know about me? Nobody's ever really been interested in me before. What do you want to know? Big Z's my family, you know? My parents, well, I guess they're dead. It was just me on my own until the day I saw Zalbar in the lower city. I could tell right away he was in trouble. This was before the gang wars were out of hand. But even then, the Vulkars were scum. A few of them were hassling Big Z, trying to pick a fight, but he wasn't looking for trouble. Anyway, I don't like the Vulkars at the best of times. And when I saw them picking on this poor Wookiee, all alone on a strange planet, overwhelmed by the big city, I just lost it. I screamed out, "Leave him alone, you core slimes!" and charged right at them. Well, one of them saw me coming and slapped me so hard he just about knocked me cold. Hey, I don't need a lecture from you. You ain't my mother. I knew what I was doing. Those Vulkars didn't scare me. They're nothing but cowards. I knew how to deal with them. Of course, I never got the chance. I guess Zalbar didn't like seeing me get smacked around. He let out this howl and yanked that Vulkar a meter up off the ground and held him there by his throat. The other two screamed and ran off. Can't say I blame them. The first time you see an angry Wookiee up close, it isn't a pretty sight. I thought Zalbar was gonna rip that punk's arms off and beat him to death with his own fists. The Vulkar was so scared, he fainted. Or maybe it was Big Z's breath just knocked him out. I keep telling Zalbar to brush those choppers of his, but he never listens. Just stay upwind when he's speaking and you'll be fine. Anyway, I knew those Vulkars would be back with friends, so I grabbed Zalbar and we took off. Ever since then, we've been a team. We look out for each other, you know? He was fleeing some kind of trouble back on Kashyyyk. That's all I know, really. Big Z doesn't like to talk about it. In case you didn't notice, he's the strong, silent type. Doesn't much matter to me, though. I accept him for what he is, not what he was. Me and Zalbar like to live in the present. Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You think I can't take care of myself? I've got street smarts. I know how to get by on my own. In fact, I look out for Zalbar more than he looks out for me, you know? Big Z's a little bit too gullible to make it alone on the mean streets of the lower city. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Like I used to tell my brother, fast talk and slick words don't get the job done. My brother's a touchy subject, you know? It just so happens, I don't really feel like talking about him right now. Nothing personal. Let's just get back to the business at hand, okay?
As you wish. Excuse me, Karth. This you is...
Hey, Karth. You're a pilot for the Republic, right?
Oh, God.
You've been all over the galaxy, I bet, right? So tell me, how would you rate Taris compared to other worlds you've seen?
To be honest, Mission, Taris would rate pretty low. The prejudice, the rich spoiling themselves while the poor are crushed beneath them. It's not a pretty picture.
Yeah, but that's only since the Sith occupation. Before that, well, I guess it wasn't all that different, really. Maybe Taris ain't as great as I thought, you know?
Trust me, Mission, there are a lot of worlds better than Taris. There are worse, too, but Taris is no place for a kid to live on her own. Even a kid who's got a Wookiee to look out for.
Hey, I ain't no kid. I look out for Zalbar as much as he looks out for me. Big Z's my friend, not my babysitter. Jeez, I come ask you a question, you give me a lecture.
Don't you snap at me, Missy. You want a lecture? How's this? Only bratty little children fly off the handle because of a simple comment.
I don't have to listen to you, Karth. You ain't my father, though you're sure old enough to be. So keep your lectures inside your withered old head.
And I sure as hell don't need this. Look, let's just drop it and get back to what we were doing.
Yeah, sometimes your teammates will have conversations with each other. Most of the time it devolves into arguments and you kind of have to say something to get them to shut up. Gotta admit though, it's very funny watching them yell at each other when they both have the same interests.
Back again.
Alright. Now, in the short term, it would be a good deed to heal those two people in there. I'm not going to do that because I intend to go get the rat ghoul serum to somebody who can mass produce it so that he can save far more lives. Oh, for God's sake.
Yes, what's on your mind? You do? I knew you wouldn't understand where I was coming from. Let me try and explain. You got the skills of an elite commando, and you saved my butt more than once. Between that and your facility with languages, I'm lucky you're here. But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop watching you being wary. I'm just not built that way. Period. I don't know that yet. Like I said before, it's probably nothing, but I've been betrayed by people before, and well, it won't happen again. That's all. I don't know that you'll betray me, but there are no guarantees. Not for you, not for me. You don't have to take it personally. Me? I don't remember ever saying anything about a traitor. All I mean is that if you're smart, you won't trust anyone. Not me, not Bastilla, and especially not yourself. I don't need to be analyzed, thanks. Can we just get back to business? No, I don't want to talk about it. What I want is to save the galaxy, if that's even possible. Why is whether or not I trust you or anyone so damned important to you? Why do you even care? We don't have time for this, so can we please just drop it for now? Can we pick it up later if you really must?
Okay.
I want to get underway.
I am gonna say this. I'm gonna say this now before we go anywhere. Karth's voice is not bad, but if you notice, there are instances where he very clearly does not match the tone that he really needs to set. And I don't know why. And it fluctuates between being awkward and really okay. 'Cause he's kind of flying all over the place with what he's saying. Giggity. Hello, Pebbles. Are you still jibber-jabbering, kitty? Yes, Daddy. I'm looking for attention, so I'm gonna chitter-chatter. I have to. I have to. No, you just think you have to. You big silly.
A plague spreads through our streets. We cannot sit idly by.
Oh my God.
While this pox infects our society.
This guy is like the worst sort of hate monger. He really is. He kind of reminds me of a lot of the assholes that are trying to defend Star Wars Acolyte.
Karth, can I talk to you for a second?
Are you ready to have a civil chat? Or is this gonna be another childish tantrum?
Tantrum? I'm trying to apologize, you nerve herder. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get mad at you. It's just that I'm sick of everyone treating me like I'm a helpless kid.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry about what I said too. I'm just a little on edge lately. Not surprising considering all we've been through, but I shouldn't take it out on you. Mission, you have to know that we don't think you're helpless. Look where we are. Look at what we're doing. You're not just along for the ride. We need you.
You really mean it, don't you? Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. Not even Big Z. He might think it, but he's not really one for words, you know. Thanks, Karth.
Oh, it's I mean, I know it is. Sometimes you just need
I have a
to hear
cat
few words of
sitting
encouragement.
in front of my lap,
Kids are like that.
bugging me for
Listen,
attention.
Oh, I get it. Okay, you got me. You're pretty funny, Card, for an old guy. Come on, geezer. Let's get back to what we were doing.
Jesus Christ, are you guys done chatting up the streets? So I can maybe, I don't fucking know, do something important?
Get out of here, you goggle-eyed freak! You're too ugly for the upper city.
Yeah, go back to where you came from. We don't want your kind up here. Why do you care what happens to some scummy alien? He's just a freak.
Yeah, he isn't even supposed to be in the upper city. Come on, let's go. I don't want to listen to this alien lover anymore.
If anybody wonders what my opinion on like bigotry like that is, my treatment of that Ithorian should give you an idea. It's disgusting to me. Bigotry is disgusting. It's stupid. And it's kind of it irritates me that I've seen that in this game. And it has to remind me of what we deal with nowadays, because growing up in the 90s, I was a 90s, early 2000s kid. Growing up in that time period, there were not a lot of racist comments ever really made growing up. Now I'm almost I'm almost to my mid-30s, and all I hear is racist this, racist that, bigot this, bigot that. And it's really, oh god, it's such a damn drain on my patience meter for this kind of bullshit. And it's gotten to where I could put real effort into arguing for this shit, but I don't most of the time when someone brings it up. And I'm just so tired. I'm tired of it because it's dumb. Like, Star Wars Acolyte just got canceled, and a whole lot of people were really, really, like, jumping up and cheering and being happy that it was canceled. And I actually did take the time to watch half the first season. I can very easily see why it was the last season, and it had nothing to do with the ethnic groups involved in the casting or the staffing. I think the reasons why that series was made to fall apart was, first of all, continuity. That TV show did not understand continuity. Second of all, the passage of time was something that was violated. Just because it needed to move the plot along. Virtually everybody who was in the acting cast that wasn't Amanda Steinberg had real acting capabilities and felt like a really good, genuine, full-fledged acting character. Amanda's as Osha and her sister were wooden as hell. And frankly, neither of those characters were worth a damn. The fact that the series focuses almost exclusively on them actually kind of makes me sad. You're because...
Wait a minute. I can never truly...
There we go. She gave me an item. Don't know what she gave me. Pebbles, you need to calm down. Oh my god. But the main thing that I'm trying to get at here is that, like, that show had everything wrong with it. There were very few things about it that were even remotely redeemable. One thing that they actually did right was the Cortosis armor. The Cortosis armor actually works the way that it should, and actually functions correctly. It does actually, if it's pure concentrated Cortosis, it shorts out armor like that. The lightsaber turning red was incorrect. Bleeding a lightsaber crystal takes more effort than just being angry. Your lightsaber crystal does not just change from green or blue or yellow to red because you got mad. It works a little bit differently when that was established than the way the TV show used it. It actually functions like closer to, you have to take the crystal out of the lightsaber and then pour your negative feelings specifically into the blade itself, or into the crystal itself.
I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him. It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? Sometimes people don't understand. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Taris. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in the Starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know? I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, I don't know where I'd be. He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive, showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game. Yeah, Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would. He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went. I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need? Okay.
She's pretty freaking harsh. Oh, shit. I also forgot. I need to go back to the clinic so I can give that Rakghoul serum to what's-his-face? Zelka. But, yeah, you have to remove the crystal from the lightsaber and actually, apply your negative feelings and energy, all your rage, hatred, fear, and despair into the crystal, and that's what makes it bleed red. So Disney kind of fucked up what they established in their own lore to begin with.
You have the serum? Can I see it? Let me see. Yes, this is it. A cure for... The people of Taris owe you a debt they can never repay. Please, take this small reward. It isn't... I suppose I could give you a discount here at my shop. I appreciate it now. Of course.
And his discount actually is decent. It's not like it's not, you know. acceptable.
Welcome to my... I even... Of course. Goodbye.
So we just
Blow
bought
it.
some extra.
If you brought that rat ghoul serum to Zax, you would have made it worth your while. No, you had to go and do the honorable thing. You blew it.
Fuck you, Gurney. Greedy prick. And this is actually something that a number of Star Wars media actually helps show that Acolyte got it wrong in the first place. When Vader has to get his first Sith lightsaber, he actually has to bleed his own crystal. Well, he kills a Jedi and takes his lightsaber crystal and then bleeds it and then uses a modification to it that allows him to create a twin crystal lightsaber so that his lightsaber can modify its length to suit his needs. And that's how Vader creates his new lightsaber. Well, a lot of people have tried to come up with theories for why Anakin's lightsaber didn't bleed into red during Revenge of the Sith. You don't need to create reasons for this. I don't care if Disney tries to say Acolyte is canon. Acolyte breaks the established rules of the mythos. So, by default, if you're going to violate how the world actually works in order to function, then you're not canon to me. And that is how I work it. And the reality is that Anakin simply had not had time to bleed his lightsaber crystal, so it didn't turn red. And he was also fighting with himself. Like, everything he was doing was pretty fucking horrific, to be fair. But first of all, the Jedi Order had become very blatantly corrupt. It wasn't particularly a good place to exist anymore. And it wasn't... and not only that, he was fighting his own dark urges while he was doing all of that. So Anakin didn't really need a justification for why his lightsaber crystal didn't bleed. It didn't bleed because he didn't bleed it. You have to take the crystal and either situate it in your hand or place or remove it from the saber so you can get what you need from it. Then you have to perform a concentrated form of
Please. You... Quickly. I feel the disease burn. Thank you.
There we go.
Not long. I tell you, we should go.
And those two are now no longer infected. We have saved their lives. I didn't think he would have extra Rakghoul serum to be able to produce immediately on hand. That's why I was afraid I was going to have to leave those two to die. But his crystal did not bleed because he hadn't bled it. And being taught how to bleed your crystal was something that Sidious didn't get to do for him until after he became Vader. And lost his duel to Obi-Wan. That's why his crystal color didn't change. Your color does not change just because you suddenly got mad. Your lightsaber crystal does not work that way. And I don't even know why this is something that people felt the need to justify. That show doesn't deserve to be canon to begin with. It was horrible. The acting, for the most part, on everybody who wasn't the main character was fine. That's not where the show failed. It was the writing of the story. It was one of the most horrifically written stories I've ever seen. And not only that, Amandla Steinberg was easily the reason that series failed and died, on top of the, before it even started, on top of the director themselves also being the reason that it completely failed. Because the director basically went off on a lot of comments about people's sexual identity, the ethnic minorities of the characters being the main selling point for the series. Look, I'm one of the biggest fans of Blade that's ever existed, okay? I love Blade. Blade's one of my favorite frickin' Marvel characters. And Blade is black and has always been black, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's never going to be anything wrong with that. What there is a problem with, though, is you're marketing a science fiction series about space wizards as though it's supposed to be some kind of gay minority romance adventure and not a show about space wizards. One comment that was made by a YouTuber that I saw who was doing research on this and decided to help showcase that people were having problems, and I'm pretty sure no one's going to see this because I doubt anyone's going to care, but her thought process was you don't have the right to get mad at somebody for liking something, which is totally legit, but one comment she made that I vehemently disagree with is the Star Wars is a predominantly male and male-only series, and always will be. Plenty of women and black people and other minorities actually like that series. You know, plenty of people of a different ethnic group other than white men actually like that series because they like science fiction. I don't look at somebody's skin tone and be like, hey dude, you like Star Wars because you're white. That's never been how I've thought about Star Wars. I've met plenty of people who didn't like Star Wars, and it's because they don't necessarily enjoy science fiction fantasy. That's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. But Star Wars has kind of been brutalized a lot lately, largely because people keep trying to market it for all the wrong reasons. And a lot of people keep trying to jump up and go, well, they should have been protected. They should have been protected. This was a lesbian-made series. Why didn't people respect it and show appreciation? Well, maybe it's because Star Wars isn't about lesbians, it's about space wizards. Star Wars isn't about your ethnicity, it's about space wizards. It's about having a space-faring adventure and swinging lightsabers around. It's about people, not a type of people. It's about having an adventure that everyone can enjoy. And trying to force everything to be about one thing, and it felt like they were just trying to market the show explicitly to hate on white people because Amanda Steinberg was constantly saying the point was to make white people cry, so we were really happy when that happened. This is a direct quote from her, by the way, that people have thrown all over the internet. My response is very obviously, if the point was to make somebody cry instead of making everyone be able to enjoy what you were building, then it sounds to me like you put this series together for all the wrong reasons. If you built a series specifically to make the main fan base absolutely hate it, or an ethnic group not like it, then it sounds to me like you might want to take a look in the mirror when you're screaming out that hateful rhetoric of, well, they're just racist, so they didn't spend money on it. Because Amanda Steinberg had some of the most heinous shit that she was allowed to say, and I've never in my life seen a Hollywood media like celebrity ever get away with that much hate and have absolutely nothing bad happen to them, aside from the internet calling them out like they deserved.
What?
Like, she ran off at the mouth in so many goddamn ways that it's insane. And I don't even know what she was thinking that she was going to do, other than piss people off. And that's kind of why I looked at this entire thing and I was like, what is even going on anymore? You know, why? Why are you doing this? You're like, this is a woman spouting hate for the sake of spouting hate. She didn't spout any of this shit because she wanted people to watch the show. She was espousing all this garbage because she wanted people to know that she didn't like somebody. And when you're trying to market a show, I thought the goal of marketing was, hey, let's get people to want to watch this. And instead of getting people to want to watch it, she was going out of her way to make everybody not want to watch this show. Like, her marketing was, white people don't need to watch this show. This isn't for you. White people don't need to be a part of this show. This isn't for you. White people don't need to be doing this, that, or the other thing because it's not for you. And it's like, okay, so what you're telling me is you're specifically creating a niche show. Well, then you shouldn't be surprised when most of your audience that would normally watch this don't come over to watch it. And that's exactly what happened, and a few crazy-ass people tried to equate that show getting canceled with the Two Towers incident.
You sure about that, Pixie?
That little crab droid is just walking by. Yeah, we're getting a Wookiee life debt here. Zalbar is a really good ally, by the way. He's a really good melee tank.
Life debt to you? Wow, this is major.
I've always wanted a Wookiee slave. Some of these dialogue choices are so fucked up. God damn it.
A life debt is the most solemn vow a Wookiee can make. It means he'll stay by your side for the rest of your life. Wherever you go, whatever you do, Zalbar will be with you. I guess this means you're stuck with me, too. Wherever Big Z goes, I'm going. I almost lost him once. It's not gonna happen again. So, I guess I still owe you one secret path into the Vulcan base. I better come with you. The Vulkars put up a force shield to keep the sewer dwellers out. I'm one of the only non-Vulkars on Taris who can get you past it. I can't remember exactly how to get there, but I know it was somewhere here in the sewers. Over to the northeast, if I remember right. I just hope the Rancor monster isn't still there. There used to be a Rancor monster that made its nest in that part of the sewers. Pretty much eats anything it can get its claws on. That thing is huge, luckily. Okay.
We'll leave Zalbar out of the party for now. We're gonna continue with Karth.
Ready.
But a lot of people nowadays in Hollywood just like to try and market different shows as, well, it's not for you, to a lot of people who have problems with it. And the reality is, okay, if this isn't for me, then who is it for? Because I'm one of the people that's kind of been here since the beginning watching this series, and a lot of the time when people make the argument, well, it's not for you, it's not for you, it's not for you, you just have to accept it, it's not for you. Okay, so you're gonna just have to accept that this is what it is, and this is what's going to be, and this is now the direction we're taking. And people aren't tolerating that because, like, let's take one fucking look at what they've been doing. Okay, it's very easy to figure out what the hell they've been doing. What they've been doing is fucking this series and various franchises up because they don't want to have to pay attention to lore, canon, or anything like that. They just want to be able to pay attention to what they decide is actually good. And that is kind of fucking stupid. Because what I am hearing when people say that is, I understand that this universe had rules. It doesn't anymore, because they don't suit what I need to make my cool little plot happen. Like, I watched the first half of this series And my entire thoughts on the first half of this series was congratulations. You've managed to break so many Star Wars rules that I no longer understand. It would be easier to count the rules you didn't break. You know, because you guys had a yellow lightsaber wielder in the High Republic era when that probably wouldn't have happened just because yellow lightsaber wielders outside of the Jedi Temple Guard had more or less just died off, largely because the Jedi Order had become so rigid in its belief system about a century or two before that point that they weren't around anymore. And a lot of the Temple Guard only had yellow lightsabers because the people that they came from were yellow lightsaber wielders, not even the Sentinels themselves. But it just, what I think is, and this is why I keep telling people this, politics does not belong in fictional universe cinema like this. Because the way a lot of people have been treating it is, well, it's politically charged, so what's wrong? I don't know. Let's count the problems. I mean, you wanna tell me where it's right that every single character that exists needs to suddenly have some kind of swap, be it a gender or racial swap, but only for minority characters, or only for white characters, never a minority character? We don't ever think to do that to minority characters, and there's a reason for that. It wouldn't fucking make sense. I would never advocate for Blade to get race swapped with a white guy. You wanna know why? Because it wouldn't make any fucking sense. White guys don't look like Blade. So what? And when you market a TV series on this is the gayest Star Wars has ever been, with people who can't tell the difference between Luke Skywalker and Anakin Skywalker, trying to claim they know who blew up the Death Star when they don't because they can't tell which is which. I know you're not really a fan, I know you're a liar, and I know you're an idiot. And people just make themselves look stupid because this is what they do. They focus their efforts on marketing the show around, look at all the minorities we've put in this show. Then why do I keep seeing so many YouTube videos with so many people pulling up things from actual minority individuals saying, hey guys, could you, like, actually put an emphasis on quality writing and not constantly look for the next minority to use as a shield when your movie doesn't sell? Or your TV show doesn't sell? Like, you guys focus so much on hiring people of a particular skin tone or gender, all the writing goes out the window. Like, the characters in Acolyte were constantly contradicting themselves. They were constantly contradicting their motivations. They're constantly fighting with each other for no reason. You're constantly trying to tell me that I should like this character, but I don't because they're a scummy murderer. You're telling me I should like this character, but I don't because, well, they're a piece of garbage that has no real moral acceptance whatsoever. You're telling me that I should understand that good and evil is not something in the Jedi universe. In the Star Wars universe, Jedi and Sith represent the two sides of good and evil. Like, those two exist to market good and evil. Because the Sith, they're inarguably evil. And they're evil for a reason. They're absolute self. To the point of expecting treachery, expecting your apprentice to murder you, training them to do that eventually. You know, and the Jedi are supposed to be absolute good, absolute absence of self, because they're supposed to be possessed by a need to protect other people, help them, and maintain a level of peace with the world and make it better so that people can stop hurting each other and can instead come together. They're peacekeepers, and the fucking Sith are warmongers. How can you ever market that as good? The reality is you can't if you actually know the lore. I bring stuff up like this because if anybody's wondering if I'm going to include any of Disney Star Wars in what I discuss about Star Wars, if anybody's wondering if I have anything good to say about the vast majority of Disney's time with Star Wars, no, I'm not going to. No, I don't, because Disney Star Wars is bad. It's just bad. It's not even funny. And if you appreciate the Disney Star Wars films and TV shows and whatever, fine, okay. You're allowed to like whatever you want, but you kind of do have to admit after a point that quality control has disappeared for this franchise. And it has. And when all people can defend anymore is the sexual identities of characters in a TV series that has nothing to do with your sexual identity,
you amaze me.
I feel like your TV show has run its course on anything worth praising.
Greetings, what? It is as I by finding you are from what but the poor rose up against this tyranny.
I suppose I should stop skipping through this.
Engulfed the planet.
That's really all I wanted to say about that, and
sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed.
I had to get that out because, god damn it, I know at some point I'll probably have to talk about it. So I may as well get it out of the way. I'm going to let this guy tell his story.
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Tarisian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Taris, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there. Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before.
Sounds like a myth to me.
I have collected many clues hinting at its location. The journal of my apprentice provides yet more information. But still, there are too many pieces missing from this puzzle. But I know my father and grandfather each had journals where they recorded their own discoveries. Can it be true? Is it possible that at long last, the dream of my father... Yes, yes, of course. Now I understand. It all makes sense. Now I see why the Promised Land has been so hard to find. It is so obvious. You have done a great thing, Upworlder. A selfless act that will bring great joy to all the people of this village. I must take this to Gendar right away.
Frukill, what do you want now? Have you more fables of a hidden paradise just waiting for us to find it?
You may not think these are fables after you see what I have brought you, Gendar. Look at these journals.
What? No, it can't be. Are these real, Frukill? Is this information accurate?
I swear to you, everything in these journals is true, Gendar. The Promised Land. I told you I would find it.
The entrance is far from here, Frukill. It will take us weeks to get there, perhaps even months. And we will have to cross many Rakghoul-infested areas.
I do not deny the journey will be hard, Gendar. But surely it is better than the miserable life we have here.
Wise words, Frukill. Our supplies are high right now. We could leave by nightfall. I will tell the others to prepare for the journey.
Thank you once again, Upworlder. I will say a final goodbye. For where we are going, I fear you cannot come. The journey to the Promised Land is long and arduous. No, Upworlder, I cannot ask that. The journey will take many, many weeks, and those who make the journey cannot return. That was the final secret of the Promised Land. When the colony was created, it was designed so that people could enter willingly, but they could never leave again. This was to ensure secrecy on the project. We must part ways here, Upward.
Farewell. And with that, we've given all these beggars hope for a new life. Alright, now let's head back into the sewers so that we can finish off this quest. Hopefully before the end of the video. I've got about 30 minutes. But yeah, this is just what I like. Those are really my personal thoughts on what Disney has made Star Wars into, because I was raised on the original trilogy. I saw the sequel trilogy as it started to come about. Or not the sequel trilogy, the prequel trilogy. The prequel trilogy is good stuff. I definitely think quality is not quite as high as with the original trilogy, but it's still definitely good, and it doesn't really violate the rules and lore of the series. So it definitely could be worse. Undercity, there's the force field. Oh my god. Rackles everywhere. Rackles. Oh my god.
How'd you like that?
They're not poisoning me nearly as much as they used to.
You asked.
My word, these rackles are everywhere.
What? You won't be able to get that computer to lower the energy fields unless you know. I picked them off the pocket of a black Volker who had a little too much to drink in the cantina one night. Here, let me get that energy field down for you.
Okay.
Sure.
Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to head to the restroom real quick and clean out my nose, and then I will be able to finish the stream off properly. Thank you, dear. Okay. I am back in the game. 4-hour stream machine. The rat ghouls are easily more dangerous than the Gamorreans. The Gamorreans can't poison you and they don't have good accuracy. Oh, damn, we slaughtered them. I have never had this much ease of going through here, but I've been very cohesive about how I'm trying to build everybody and how I'm arming them.
What?
Let's recover that fragmine.
What?
Hey kid, you want to see a dead body? I'm kidding. Nobody wants to see a dead body. Oh.
Huh?
Did he just set off that gas one? Yes. Earth, where are you and why were you not covering us? Hi!
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of mines down here, so they very quickly give missions something to do.
Yes?
I ordered her to disarm the mine! Her response? Here, let me just use my face. God damn it.
Down you go!
God damn it. Oh, bloody hell. Roll credits. So that Beck datapad basically exists to tell you there are 3 different things, or there are 3 synthesized odor doses. First of all, let's actually pull everybody back. Solo mode allows me to walk without actually touching my comrades. So what you want to do here is take the items, then switch to give item. Now you remember all those mines that I've been picking up? This is how you get rid of this guy. That synthesized odor is something they like to feed on. Okay. I guess the game is going to make me read the Beck datapad first.
Huh?
There we go. You're supposed to feed him a grenade, essentially, and it blows him up from the inside.
What?
Solo mode is off. And now we have to cut open his remains, because they're too big. And what's left of his corpse is gone. So we lose the grenades, but we killed the creature, and now we can get in. Now we gotta fight some black vultures. Thanks. That, like, death explosion was awesome. Did I just hear a Rancor, like, shrieking in the background? We're actually running into a few droids, so equipping him with that pistol is kind of a smart idea. God, I love this game. Okay, he didn't drop anything. His friend did. Energy shield?
Yes?
Grenades! Oh man! The Disruptor Rifle! Dude!
Yeah?
Oh god.
What?
Okay, that is like the rifle.
Ready.
So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about disruptor weapons, because if this is what I think it is. Yep, this disruptor is even more destructive than its pistol counterpart, and is outlawed on just as many worlds. Disruptors reduce solid matter to constituent molecules, painfully. Unlike typical blasters, they ignore most types of personal energy shields. So, this blaster ignores enemy shields. And now Karth is using one. Just to make sure. Okay. And I have already emptied that container, so.
Huh?
I have better computer use than she does. Watch this. Well, there went most of those dumbasses. Security system deactivated.
Yeah?
And we just leveled up mission. Improved scoundrel's luck. 350 XP for blowing all those guys away. Oh yeah, this is the Vulcar cook. The chef tries to kill you. Oh, and that blaster makes a very distinctive sound, by the way. There's a mine over there.
Yeah?
There we
Sure.
go. I'm not uploading the area schematics because I want to know where I haven't actually been. That's why I didn't upload those. Oh, by the way, the Vulcar bartender also tries to kill you. Dude's got dedication trying to fight me with no weapons. Can't really deny that.
You asked for this!
Oh yeah. These guys are that crazy.
Please don't hurt me.
I just serve the food here, that's all. I'm not like these others. I'm not even a Black Vulker. Please don't kill me. My name is Ada. My father owed Davik some money, but he couldn't pay. Davik killed my father and sold me into slavery here at the Vulker compound to pay off the debt. But I don't know anything.
You may know more than you think, miss. Help us and we'll help you, okay?
Well, all right. I still don't know how much help I can be. But I sure hope you get rid of all the Vulkers. I hate them.
I've been doing a pretty good job of slaughtering them since I got in here.
What? I've never heard of such a thing. I guess it might be in the garage on the lower level. That's where all the Vulkers go to work on their swoop bikes. But I've never been down there. The elevator is protected by a security system. Only the Vulkers are allowed to go down there.
It's not protected anymore. I just disabled the turrets.
Is she that Republic soldier? I heard one of the Vulker mention her, but she's not here. He said Brezhik didn't trust his men around her. I guess she's too important to be a slave here in the kitchens. Getting pawed and groped and kicked and spit on like me. Brezhik must have taken her somewhere safe. Now that you've killed the guards who were supposed to watch me, I think I could find my way out of here. I'm free to go? You're not gonna kill me?
Killing you is senseless, dear. Why would I end you?
Thank you! Thank you! I have to get out of here before any of the Vulkers see me.
The only reason I would kill you is so that you wouldn't be able to warn the Vulkers, but it's very clear that you have absolutely no love, care, or respect for these men, and rightfully so. I'm not judging her, but yeah, why? Why would I kill her? There's literally no reason to kill her other than being a massive dick. Why would you do that? There's just no reason to kill her. Oh look, another Black Vulker.
Watawama mulira kinkunchwa peshak. Tonga bugsham uninong. Wanga kun bistkin bamulira.
Hello. My cat is back to jump on my lap and bug me, folks.
Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aitha donga. Tulpada bong molya gando danago chuchut. Moga kachi chu aitha odunga. Inkin kuno. Takum justak miki grabel mogo. Kachi chu aitha odunga. Tulpa tonga tuam jiji yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tulba da bunk walya gando de nago chuchut. Kachi chu aitha odunga. Yumali kachi chu aitha odunga.
Oh, by the way, that's Stephen Bloom talking in an alien language.
Chipedwana Kuyami juz kachita naipatoga ya full tabistio bon konki pangpa. Chingpalachis Contichani mulira shongturung umni pat Tonga bugsham unino. Contichani.
I forgot about him. He's like the one Black Vulker in the whole crew of these murderous gangsters that doesn't try to kill you. Oh hey, here's the room where I blew up all those guards with an electrical overload. When I told you that you could do some incredibly stupid crap because of the power of computer hacking, without ever having to actually lift a finger, I basically wiped all of these guys out myself. And now I don't just have one pass card, I have two. You only need one. But I guess if you killed one of those guys and looted him in the middle of the fight and then decided, well, I got what I wanted, I guess I better get out of here, and didn't kill the rest of them, there you go. Alright, let's head all the way over this way. There's a footwalker back here. I forgot about all these gas mines. Can't even see the damn things. Oh! I forgot you could do this. So I need to get those two away from him, actually. He actually sets those mines off before he does that. Alright. Now we need to head over to the other side of the complex, but we're approaching the end of our time here today. I'm going to upload this video today, right after I finish recording it, so that it's fresh in my mind. Oh, there's a disabled sentry. Right about here is where those security turrets would be blasting me to death. And in one of my first playthroughs of this game, that's exactly what happened. So before we go into the Black Vulcar base, I'm going to save here. And that's going to be the end of the stream. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm sorry I got into Star Wars, like, political talk, but I'm going to try to avoid that from now on. You guys have a very good day. I've been Savage Hound Dusk.